Stations around Whiskey Indian with service. Radios with community and talking with each other over. Kent's signal is also pretty good. He's about a 5x4, over.
a little late here, guys. A6MYC 222 Bozo Net. Where am I pointed here? Okay, there we go. This should be closer. KW6 Sugar in the Santa Cruz area. KW6S, K6MYC. Are you around tonight, Tom?
K6MYC, KW6S. Good evening, Mike. Yeah, just got here.
Yeah, very good. Let me get you written in here. We're trying to fix a chainsaw, and I ran a little late here. Let me get my pencil ready. Anyway, good evening to you. How was your weather over there today? It was cold again here today. Intermittent, bright sunshine, and then the hazy through the misty, wet stuff that was cold. So we never did warm up to a nice temperature today, but probably never got past the 50s, high 50s probably. KW6S, K6MYC.
Yeah, yesterday and today have both been kind of shirt sleeve weather here. It was a little cold, but nice and clear, and went to the local playground with granddaughter, and that all went well. There's a lot of kids out. They're not back in school yet, so there was a lot of kids out having a good time, which is always fun to watch. Especially in a playground when they discover one new thing they can do or something they saw someone else do, they try it and they can do it too. And it's always fun to watch that sort of excitement in a 6 or 7 year old. KW6S, back to you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was good you were able to do that. Those days are few. I never had that privilege. As we moved away, the grandkids were always all gone before we got close to them. Anyway, we did go to their baseball games and stuff like that. Anyway, good to hear you. And I'm still trying to figure out which end of the stick is up here. I was doing my little chainsaw out in the yard that I had to cut up a couple of pieces of wood that wouldn't fit in the furnace or in the fireplace. And I got on the third piece and I went to pull the thing and I started the engine, but the spring didn't retract. So I don't know if there's something broken in the mechanism or not. We've got it apart now. I fixed it once, and I had the string with tension on it, and unfortunately I couldn't hang on to it. It slipped out of my fingers and it went in and retracted, so we had to disassemble the whole thing to unwind and untangle the string. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Matt's working on it now, trying to get the last of it tensioned. It's hard to do that stuff without any eyes. Anyway, good to hear you. I don't know if Fred's in here this evening. I'm a couple minutes late, but I don't think anybody's too excited about it because you're the first on the list here. Back to you, and we'll move on and see who else we have, and of course we'll look for you on 6 a little bit later. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good, Mike. I'm kind of glad those chainsaw days and recoil starter things are all behind me. I like rebuilding engines, small and large. I always enjoyed that part of it, but there's certain little areas that always get to be a problem, and recoil starter's one of them. Sometimes they just defy what you think they should be doing and give you a hard time. And going all the way back to my go-kart racing days. Anyway, I will catch you on 6 a little bit later, and of course tomorrow night as well on 1296. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, Roger. I'm sure you're happy to hear that President Trudeau resigned today. Did you hear that?
No, I was gone pretty much all day, and I haven't gotten down to my computer and started looking at the news and so forth yet.
Okay, well, I'm guessing, but I've heard innuendos and bits and pieces of information that he was kind of tangled in the child predator stuff with P. Diddy and all that. And I think he's resigning because not only is he doing a bad job and the whole country's upset with him, but I think he's getting prepared to disappear into the woodwork because of this child pornography and child trafficking stuff that's coming up. P. Diddy is way down the list from the big players, but he's involved, I think, and I think that's the reason he just resigned out of nowhere. You know, you wouldn't expect it if you didn't know what was going on. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I haven't heard too much more on the news. They're still talking about the positive things about the system getting activated today. Everybody voting everybody in, and now the election is official. And we watched that on TV while Kamala Harris called out all the votes for the electoral college and so on. That'll be a little embarrassing for her because she was calling out her own name several times and how many votes she got or didn't get. Anyway, see ya in a little bit. KW6S, K6MYC, looking into the Bay Area. K6MYC, Bozo. Go ahead for check-ins.
K6MYC, KD6S, okay?
Yeah, I hear you, Fred. KD6S, okay. A little weak, but I'm probably just not pointed right at you, so the band seems to be shifted a little bit. Whoops, 507. Give me a little more chatter, Fred. I don't know if you heard what I was just reiterating about Trudeau. But so much for that. KD6S, okay. K6MYC, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, no, I was just talking to Paul up in Placerville and talking with TQL and JNS and wishing everybody a Happy New Year. That's a good thing. And signals were really good from him tonight down here to the Bay Area, so that was really strong. So really good copy down here. Anyway, let's see if that helps any. If you can get the beam pointed at me. Otherwise, the conditions on this band are a lot better than 2 meters for me. There's no noise on this band at all. KD6S, okay.
Okay. It's a little tough copy on that one, a little fluttery. Partly my problem, I was trying to get my Bluetooth turned on so I could dig you out of the noise. And you didn't go long enough, but... Okay. Anyway, good evening to you, Fred. Good to hear you. And it was certainly a pleasure to hear you last night on 2 meters. That was a special treat for us to hear you there on 2 meters for a change. Hi. Back to you, Fred, and then we'll see who else is. And I think I heard you say JNN was here, and we'll hopefully be able to hear him. But I went back and forth a couple of times, and this is the best I can get for a peek on you. I heard your signal drop on either side of this point, so this is as good as it's going to get tonight. KD6S okay and the Bozo Net. K6MYC. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, yeah, Mike. Yeah, conditions aren't that great to you, although I heard Paul's K6WYS, and he was really strong tonight. And we've got Jim TQL here, and JNN is here. I don't know who else is here. I don't hear Russ up there in not Daly City in Belmont anymore, but maybe he's lurking around tonight. Anyway, good signal. That's just the conditions. Back to you, Mike. 86, that's okay.
Yeah, solid copy now, Fred. No flutter, and I got the Bluetooth going. I don't have to listen to you through a speaker. It's much better. Russ has been in. He did check in right around New Year's, so we exchanged those greetings, but I haven't heard him since New Year's. So he does have 220. He had the antenna down for a while, and he was operating on a little vertical, but I think he's got the horizontal antenna back up, and he was, I think everything's fixed on 220 now. So there you go. Well, maybe we'll catch you on 6 a little later if you want to get us, see if you can get through on 6 meters there, Fred. Thanks, and good evening to you. And if nothing else, we'll see you tomorrow night on 1296. KD6 Sugar Oscar Kilo, K6MYC clear. How about you, Paul? Are you copying me? K6WIS, K6MYC?
Yes, Mike. Good evening. K6MYC in the group, K6WIS, pointed towards the Bay Area. You're coming in 5x3 to 5x4. Good signal there. I'll copy you, Mike.
A solid copy, not real strong, about the same as what you're hearing me. I could probably find a better heading, but I want to leave it where it is until we get a few of the others in here. But there may be a better path for you. You know, your path, your bounce path, the reflection point seems to vary quite significantly from night to night here. Anyway, do you have any relays for us there tonight, over?
Yes, I have the usual 2 relays of the Clear Lake folks, KA6OFX Jim and N1PPP Dave, over.
Okay, we got them. 160 and 336. Thanks very much. I'm glad that they're still on here and have 220. Maybe I'll get up there quick enough to hear a signal from them. At least from Dave. I don't hear Kent very often. I've heard only heard Kent one time since he's moved to that location. Had to be a freak bit of propagation, but we did hear him one time. He's got a very poor location, I guess, in a pretty small antenna system. Thank you, Paul, and we'll look for you on 6 a little bit later. We also can look for you in just a few minutes here on the direct path, perhaps. K6 Whiskey India Sugar in Placerville on the Backchatter path, K6MYC looking into the Bay Area. Jim, are you there?
KM6 SRR.
Yeah, I'm here. Just let me turn this distraction off here. How you copy tonight?
Oh, good copy, good copy. I'm not, can't be very far off of you. Very solid, no flutter. We also have Rob in here, but you probably won't hear Rob. He just has a pair of hull loops or something on this band temporarily until he gets a big tower up there. But Rob, good evening to you as well. W6PQL on the group, K6MYC, over.
Okay, Mike, you're probably not quite far enough north for me. Maybe another 5 degrees or so would be a little bit better. But it's good enough. You know, we just took a deep fade that time, and it was a little bit difficult to copy. Anyway, I'm going to go up frequency and get Steve in about 10 minutes here, so I'll be in and out. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay, one way or the other, we'll get your relay of Steve if you work him on either this band or on 6 meters a little bit later, Jim. Did you play golf today?
Yeah, and it's not getting any better, Mike. I guess I'm just going to have to wait for fair weather.
Oh, okay, yeah. Still slogging around in the mush there, huh? All right, see you in a little bit. W6PQL, K6MYC, and good evening to you, Rob, KM6SRR, Course Gold, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Thank you. I turned the radio on, didn't look. I left it on 10 down, and I didn't hear you, so I didn't even think about looking at the frequency, the VFO. Anyway, so I missed the beginning there, KM6SR.
Okay, well, let me give you some check-ins here if I can read these. The first check-in was Tom, KW6S610. Next one was Fred, 507. And then we got right over to Paul at 637. So you probably came in about that time, and then 1296 and yourself, over.
Roger. I think the only one I missed then was Tom. I thought it was a little bit late, but I guess not. Did you get Aaron and Brittany?
I haven't heard Aaron yet, but the other two in there were relays from Paul, 336 and 160 from Clear Lake, over.
Roger. Yeah, I heard you repeat that back to Paul, so I'm up current. Thank you. KM6SR.
K6 USY, are you with us? may be doing the bed thing with the kids or something. Oh, not beds. I think the kids don't have to go to school this week yet, so they may be just watching Harry Potter or something like they were doing last night. He's got the stream up, so he's there somewhere.
I think he was probably going to try to check in on FM Simplex, over.
Well, I missed that. If he was there before the net, we were in the other room trying to fix a chainsaw. My chainsaw pull string didn't retract, and we've been working on that. I had it almost fixed, and then I lost it. I lost the string, and we had to start all over again. You have to do a lot of work at the end with the string under tension, and I didn't. It slipped out of my numbnuts fingers there. Anyway, I think Matt's still working on it. He is, but he's reinventing the wheel in there, trying to figure out how it works. I could call Adam. Adam can fix it also. He was working on, he said, I fixed one like that yesterday. And so when I called him to ask him what I should do, I had already had it apart and kind of saw what the deal was. But he explained it to me, and I went ahead and fixed it. And the last thing I had to do was hang on to the string and tie a knot in it. And I lost it, and it sprung back inside and wrapped itself up into a ball of snot around the spring pulley there. Anyway, if we can't get it, we'll take it in and let Adam fix it tomorrow. Anyway, good evening to you. Let's see if there's anybody else. We should have WB6JNN in the Bay Area, so let's see if I can hear Jim.
Got there, over.
I'm sorry, I doubled with you. Say again.
I got a text from Aaron. He said he will switch your radio to FM Simplex and check in with you at the end of your net here.
Okay.
226 is here.
Okay, hi 226. Good evening. We're still pointed toward the Bay Area, and I was going to go back and check PQL's in and shifting up the band to work Steve down in Santa Barbara, but I'm still looking for more people. So good evening to you. Happy New Year again for probably the last round of Happy New Year's. Although the feeling is still there, we won't keep saying it forever. But hopefully Gwen is over her COVID now and everybody's back to normal, sort of, haha. And Trudeau, we were talking about Trudeau resigning today, over.
Oh, yeah, big news. Okay, WA6OIB here. Check Ralph in. I just chatted with him down below, so he's here. And let's see what else is new. Well, there's a lot of new stuff. But, yeah, Gwen's much better. She's out and about, and she went out and had a doctor's appointment today, just a routine. So she's good.
Oh, very good. Good to hear it. We'll try to get done with 2 meters a little bit after 8 o'clock, and then it'll give us some time to chat and find some other people to say hello to on 6 meters. Ken N6RO is coming down with something. He said he had throat problems yesterday. He was eating chicken soup for dinner, which is unusual for him. He usually has mahi-mahi and asparagus and some other nice stuff. But he said, whenever I get a cold or feel like I'm getting something wrong with my throat, I get on the chicken noodle soup. There we are. Okay, let's see. I'll shoot it back to you, and then we'll take a look for any more in the Bay Area. We're missing Jim for sure, WB6JNN. WA6OIB in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, just took a pause there, see if anybody else was there. Very good. Well, I'm sure sorry to hear about Ken. That's not fun at all. My goodness, sorry about that. Hope he's on the mend with that chicken soup. That'll do it. So everything's going fine here. Just was working with my sister-in-law. You know, we're still working on that situation and whatnot. So she's lost. So we're trying to keep her pumped up, let her know everything's going good. So I mean, you know, we're all there for her and all that. So she's kind of in a hurry to get stuff done, and I think I calmed her down a bit. So okay, very good. I'll be monitoring here then and checking in when chat with people as they come along. K6MYCW6OIB.
Okay. Good deal.
KM6SR.
And Rob.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my radio or that Ken bumped his ZFO. He got real deep on his frequency there. And what I wanted to say is I heard a rumor today that when Trudeau retires and gets out of there, I hear he's going to have a sex change.
WB6JNN.
Yeah, WB6JNN. Good evening, Jim. Hang on a second. We're just waiting for a comment, a local comment. You won't be able to hear it. I'll repeat it if it's worth repeating. Hang on a second. What was that again, Rob?
Okay, Mike, I was just wondering if Ken was low on frequency. I was hearing him kind of deep sounding. But what I was calling about was I heard a rumor today about the Trudeau when he quits the Prime Minister thing, he's going to go in for a sex change.
No, I think he's going to go into hiding because he's been involved in the child trafficking thing or the child pornography thing one way or the other. Bad. He's the illegitimate son of Castro, you know, from what we can tell. Anyway, when Mrs. Trudeau was down there, they visited Castro some years ago, obviously, and she came back and she was pregnant, but they never made too much of it, except it was bandied about, and it's a great possibility. He has similar characteristics there. All right, let's see. JNN, yes, we'll get JNN. Here we go. WB6JNN. Good evening, Jim. K6MYC in the group, over.
Yeah, K6NYC, WB6JNN. I'll give you a little chatter here so you can maybe peek me up a little bit. But you're coming through okay on this end. And I talked to USY, and he said that 220 transporter is supposed to arrive tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But it didn't get there today, so I talked to him on the Salinas Valley Repeater Group when I was over in Monterey area today. I took a little day off from the home duties here and went over to Monterey or Marina and then down to get some nice artichoke hearts and Moss Landing area, and then around through Watsonville, back up to Mount Madonna area, and enjoyed the sunshine down there. WB6JNN.
Yeah, and very good on K6 USY's transfer. Yeah, it should be here tomorrow or the next day, worst case, and he'll have it on next week, of course, and then he'll have it on for the contest. He really was trying to time it so at least it would be here ready for the January contest on Jan 18. So good deal. Fun on your trip. That must have been a nice drive over there. The coast is a little bit warmer than it is here, isn't it?
Yeah, it was warmer over there than in San Jose, actually. In fact, when I came home, there was a big bunch of fog or clouds coming from your direction to this direction, not the other way around. It's usually coming from the west, but it was coming from the east.
Well, we put the fan on to blow them out of here, and it must have been turned your way, over.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, we've had that off and on for a week or so. It gets beautiful for a few hours in the middle of the day, and then the stuff comes back in, and it cools off the bright, warm sun. Not a good thing, I think. As long as you're in the sun rays, you're all right. But it keeps getting cool when the little wisps of clouds or whatever it is gets in there, because they're very wet, and they just cools the air down very quickly. Thanks for checking in here, Jim, and maybe we'll see you on 6 meters if things are working there in a few minutes. Good to hear you, as always. Anybody else want to say hello to Jim? Go ahead.
Hello there, Jim. WA60IB is here.
Yeah, you and Mike are about the same level there. So, hello and goodbye. WB6JNN.
Okay, very good. All right. Good to hear you. Good solid signal here. And have a good rest of the week there. WA60IB. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, right. Roger, Roger. And again, Rob, that's one of those Ukrainian transverters that he has, and we've never been able to tame it completely. It just drifts down. Most of them are more stable than that, but this one that Ken has is particularly ornery. He's even got a stabilizing circuit that Jim came up with in there. I think you've put it in by now, but it didn't seem to help much, did it?
No, it sure didn't.
Yeah, so there you are. And we just have to keep the transmissions under 2 minutes, and he stays within the passband. Rob, over.
Roger, Roger. Well, like I told Aaron, at least I know my old radio is still doing okay. Not perfect, but it isn't going that bad. Over.
Yeah, no, that thing of Ken's is a real steamer. It warms up on the transmit, is what it's doing. And it just goes up and down. It goes down in frequency when he talks, or at least goes in low pitch. Whenever he talks for more than a minute, you can start to hear it take off and go down. And then it's moving pretty fast. It's always Q5, but it gets a little bit bassy after a while. All right. Let's see, is there anybody else in the Bay Area before we slide on up to Oakley and see if Ken is functional today? QRZ Bay Area Bozo Net 222 taking check-ins for K6MYC in the group. Okay, I do not hear a peep here, so I'm going to go right on up to Oakley. There's Oakley. Close to it, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Yeah, he may be under the weather tonight. He's also got very busy meetings with Zoom and stuff. Maybe we'll catch him while we're pointed toward Sacramento. He'll usually hear us for quite a ways. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC, Bozo Net, over. He's off in the background. Okay, we'll continue on right up and up to into Sacramento. Here we go. We are up into Sacramento and looking for KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta. How about it, Bill?
Yeah, hello, Mike. Good evening, everybody on the Bozos. If you're hearing me, I'll give you a little transmission and see if you can get me tuned in. Get the antenna zoomed in on me. K6MYC in the Bozo Net. This is KO6KD number 776. How copy?
Yeah, no problem. Good signal. And good to hear you in there. And it was nice to chat for a few minutes at least this morning. And you probably heard the news about Trudeau giving it up and retiring or quitting, right?
Yeah, I was a little surprised about that. I was watching earlier when they certified the vote, and you know that was kind of interesting. I hadn't actually seen that done before, but everybody was making all the comparisons to what happened 4 years ago, and blah 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 whatever. But anyway, that's all said and done, and we'll just sally on forth from here. I do have to say that before I forget it, and in case I do not catch you on 6 meters, John, KR60MR, is in the hospital right now, and he will not be making the net tonight.
What's going on there?
He has been having a lot of back problems, and I guess he's got some problems with a couple of discs that's going to eventually require surgery, but he went to a therapist or a masseuse, I guess it was, last week, and they got everything all limbered up and everything was fine. The next day it was fine, and the day after that it started to get sore, and till eventually now he's debilitated. He can't do anything, so he went to the hospital up in Auburn. Their MRI and other devices were down for maintenance, so they shipped him down to Roseville, and he's been down here, and they did the MRI and the I forget what the other thing was, a CAT scan or something like that. So anyway, he's just waiting for them to tell him what's wrong and see what's going to happen after that. But he's pretty ticked off about things right now. Over.
Yeah, well, I can understand it because he's a motivated guy. But when you want to do things and you can't do things because of a physical limit, That's really frustrating, and particularly if you're motivated. Ken, you want to make any comments to Bill and about John or anybody else? Go ahead. WA60IB and the group K6MYC.
Yeah, KO6KD, WA60IB. Boy, sure sorry to hear about that. My goodness. Well, let's just keep him in our prayers and hope he gets better then. Anyway, you got a nice signal tonight. Good solid signal. No fading tonight so far anyway. Gwen's back in the saddle. She's much better now. She's getting out and doing things and whatnot. So we're happy about that. So we're back to normal around here. KO6KD, WA60IB.
Oh, very, very good. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why both you and Gwen seem to be so susceptible to that darned virus. But fear not, just when you think that things are over, I guess they got another one over there now that they've hatched in, aside from the bird flu, there's another one over in China now that's running rampant, and so it's the H1MV, I think it's the HMV, I don't know, something like that. So they got another virus that somebody has cooked up in a lab and let loose, so soon it'll be in a store or a supermarket near you, so stand by for that to get here at some point. I find it quite interesting that when Trump was elected, they came up with the coronavirus and COVID and all that, and then 4 years goes by, and then then now he's being elected again, and here they come up with another one. I find that quite interesting. I don't know what you guys think, but anyway, thank you, Ken. Blessings to you and Gwen, and thank you. I'll pass that message along to John. Over.
Roger, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, well, you take care and have a good rest of the week. Take care of yourself there. WA60IB. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, on that same subject of bird flu and stuff, Bob up there that we talk to quite frequently on 40 meters in the morning, the K7VO, has got a friend as a ham, I guess, but I'm not sure he's a ham, but he's a friend. Anyway, as an egg guy, he calls him the egg man. The guy has over 1 million chickens, and of course they're a little bit steamed up about the whole thing, because what happens is they don't even check the chickens. If you have one chicken that is coming down with this stuff, the feds come in and they kill all the chickens. They don't wait around. They kill all million of the chickens in your flock because they don't want to, I don't know, that's the Fed for you. They don't want to take the time to sort them out. I guess that's the shortcut way of doing it, but sure, doesn't seem like the right way to do it to me. Anyway, the Eggman had lunch with Bob the other day, and he was quite worried about this getting out of control, even though it wasn't. It isn't out of control yet. It's sort of under control, and the number of bird cases are pretty minimal comparatively to the number of birds. If this guy has 1 million to 1.5 million chickens, you can imagine what other egg people have. And of course, I don't know what the deal is with the eggs, but egg prices have just gone through the roof. Somebody said today on the news or on the radio they paid $9 and some cents for a dozen eggs now. It's ridiculous. All right, enough of that. Good evening, Bill, and we'll see if we can hear Darren in there. I don't know if he's on or not. Darren, I think I should be able to hear you. If you hear me, at least come back and I'll swing the antenna on you if I can detect your signal. KJ6KFB, K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
Anything at all?
No, I didn't hear him. He said he was sort of under the weather, too. He was coming down with or getting over something, wasn't he? Bill?
Yeah, you kind of faded out on me, Mike. I have not heard Darren. He's been, yesterday he was real sick. So I don't know if he's still sick tonight or not. But I have not heard from him all day.
Okay. Well, he didn't seem like he was in bad shape yesterday. He sounded like he was trying to get over it, but maybe he had a relapse there. I am perfect copy on you. You did take a little fade, but you were well above the noise. Go for a final if you have anything to say there, Ken. Go ahead, K6MYC. Okay, Ken's quiet.
Yeah, I'm all done.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, you're done. Okay, how about you, Rob? You hearing Bill at all?
No, not tonight. Sometimes I hear him in there, but I'm not doing it tonight. KM6SR.
Rob's just running whole loops, so it would be a miracle, and he's heard you before, but not takes a big peak for him to catch you. All right, 7-3 for now, Bill. We'll see you on 6 in a few minutes here. KO6KD, K6MYC. I'm putting in 759 because he would have been here had he not had the hospital trip in the lieu of it. So we'll give him one night freebie. He's been such a good, reliable check-in. We know we would have heard him, no problem. But not on this band, of course, but on other bands. Okay, let's see. Anybody else? How about Paul? Paul, can I hear you here? Let me get the antenna a little more toward you. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening again, Mike. This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar, and conversation with K6NYC in the group. Yeah, you've got a much stronger signal in this direct link about peaking 509, Mike. How copy me, over?
Yeah, booming in, very good. And I wiggled the antenna back and forth, and I got close to a peak. Probably not right on it. Ken, are you copying Paul?
You betcha. Good evening, Paul. Good signal here, WA6OIB.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, Ken. Here, you're also 5'8", almost peaking 5'9" here. Over.
Very good. You're about an S6. That's about normal for you. S6 to 7, something like that. So, anyway, good to hear your voice, and nice to talk to you. WA6OIB.
Okay, thanks, Ken. 73 for now. Back to net control. K6 Whiskey India Sugar.
Listen, we got a minute here.
KM6SR.
We may not have a minute. I was going to get you to give me a little more details on your chemo. I think you're doing some self-injections on the chemo, but I didn't quite get all of that the other day. Hang on just a second, Paul. Go ahead, Rob.
I was just going to say I wiggled my antenna a little bit, my one whole loop, and I can barely hear Paul in there tonight. So he's really got a good signal. Back to net, KM6SR.
Yeah, that's a pretty good signal from Placerville to one whole loop and course gold. Paul, over.
Oh, was that KM6SRR? I can just barely detect him in there, but I'm glad I'm getting through, over.
Yeah, well, he's running low power on top of everything. I think he only has about 25 watts there. 25 watts in a single whole loop. It'll be better as time goes on there. He's retired now, and little by little, he's getting caught up on some of the stuff that he wants to do. He keeps getting entangled in too many other people's projects. That's Rob's problem. He's too neat of a guy to have around. He's always going over to other people's houses and helping them, and me being one of them. Anyway, good. I'm glad that you at least heard the traces of that single whole loop and 25 watts, Paul. 7-3 for now. We'll see you on 6 meters here, hopefully, in a few minutes. Let's take one more standby before we try for Nevada. Bozo Net, Sacramento, K6MYC. We're missing KE6ILX. Haven't heard him the whole Christmas season here. Okay, and we're not going to hear him tonight either. It looks like it. I'm going to going up to Nevada. N7 Whiskey Tango is the only one that's got something on over there. Maybe N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC in the Bozo group. Calling and listening. Go ahead, Larry. Who was that talking? That wasn't Larry. Who was that? Go ahead again.
K6NYC, K6NYC, November 7 Whiskey Tango, November 7 Whiskey Tango, K6NYC, K6NYC, and 7WT, number 657, all over.
Oh, Roger, Larry, N7 Whiskey Tango. Great to hear you. We've been missing you for the last week or so. Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year to you. And hopefully Ken's in here. He may copy you as well. Let's get it over to Ken. N7WT with WA60IB to take it. K6MYC. The mic clicked, but nothing happened.
Well, because WIS is in there. I thought he was trying to say something. I heard his voice and I let off the mic. Hi, Larry. N7WT, WA60IB is here. Good signal tonight. I hope you're having a good year so far. Happy New Year. Over.
Any copy on Ken there, Larry? Over. He must be having receive problems.
N7WT. For the reason I can't pick you up on my receiver, I got nothing but noise, but I did copy on the live stream on return. But anyway, I'll just say 73, and conditions are lousy tonight. K6NYC, November 7 Whiskey Tango.
Yeah, well, you're doing okay. You're Q5 here. You are Q5 here. And Ken, he said he can only copy on the live stream, so that's why he's delayed a little bit. Go ahead one more time, Ken, and then we'll get on out of here and slide over to 6. N7 Whiskey Tango with WA60IB to take it for a quickie, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, he's on an upswing because he was real loud that last time. You copy me now, Larry? You may have receiver problems up there then because I'm running full power here. Okay, WA60IB, I'm going over to 6.
TM6SR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I was even hearing a little bit from Larry. I guess I got to get that second hole loop and the splitter thing so I can maybe hear these guys. Doing the solar project is going to take me a while, I think, before I get the towers up. Anyway, and don't forget about Aaron on Simplex, FM Simplex.
Okay, well, Aaron, get in the shack. We're going to look for you now. N7 Whiskey Tango 7373 Larry. Happy New Year. We'll see you on 6. We'll see you on 6 in about 5 minutes, Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango, okay, 6MYC. Going to 6 in a few minutes. Over. Okay, he's copying poorly both ways. Go ahead, Aaron. I'll let you switch me over. Go ahead, Aaron.
K6USY, 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Yeah, we got you. Not as strong as it should be. It got you in a null on the back of the antenna, but Q5.
Roger. We'll catch you on 6 meters. K6USY.
Okay, 73. Good evening on this band, Aaron. Okay, if I'm back on upper sideband.
W6NOX. AA6S. WA60IB, Ken, AA6S.
Well, hello, I heard you.
Yeah, where's the other station? He was coming in good here in Visalia.
That was the NOX, I believe.
Yeah, QSL, I couldn't tell if I couldn't hear him out there. This is NOX. I don't want to step on nobody.
Yeah, you don't want to step on Bill. He's pretty fragile there. Yeah. Okay. I missed the prefix. Is it WB6 NOX?
You're close. It's Whiskey 6 Norway Oscar X-ray. I'm out here in Madera County.
Yeah, I've talked to you before. I just couldn't remember the I couldn't remember the prefix. W6NOX, WA60IB. Okay, Mike will be here shortly. What's your Bozo? What's your number?
I know you're talking to me. I just heard you out there. Thought I'd say hello. I don't have a number.
Oh, okay. I thought we're getting ready for the Bozo Net here, and I got over here a little bit early. Mike's getting ready to get over here, so yeah, because we're up around 140, so that's kind of odd. You must have been just tuning around, huh?
Yeah. There's not much activity here on 6 meters, at least not here.
Well, it all depends. Time of day, conditions, and whatnot. We've been working all over the place, all over the Pacific, and lots of Japanese stations and whatnot, and of course Australia and New Zealand. But lately it's been a little bit slow.
Yeah, I usually run around 75 meters normally.
Oh, okay. Well, nothing wrong with 6. What do you got for an antenna?
You believe it or not, a random wire, horizontally polarized. It's about 260 feet of wire.
Oh goodness, that isn't too efficient on 6 meters. A piece of wire would work, but that's a little bit long for 6. But oh well. Anyway, but you got a good signal here. But I'm over here at right by Copper River Country Club. I live around on Copper and Willow. So I'm just across the pond, across the river from you.
Oh yeah. I'm right off of Highway. Well, actually, 145 and Road 37.
Oh, okay. You're out there by KR70's QTH.
Yeah, I don't think I spoke with him. But anyway, I'm out here. I'm probably about 15-20 miles from you.
Right, yeah. Well, maybe 12 miles. It's not that bad, I don't think. Very good. What's the handle? Kilowatt Echo November.
All right, Ken. Name here is Pete. Papa Echo Tango Echo.
Okay, Pete, this is Mike, K6MYC Net Control for the 6-meter Bozo Net. I'm Bozo 47. Do you have a Bozo number? And give me your call if you would, Pete. Over.
No, I don't get out here enough, but my call sign is Whiskey 6 Norway Oscar X-Ray, and I think I've spoke to you back when you had your shop over in Pinedale years ago.
Oh, yeah, that was a couple of years back, like in the 90s.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. I talked to you a few times. But I've been off the air for a while, and I got back on again.
Well, good. We could give you a Bozo number. There's nothing wrong with having one, and if we can get you to check in on 6 meters, 2 meters, 222, 432, or 1296, or all of the above would be good. Over.
Okay, well, I'll think about it. I got trouble with some antennas here and stuff. I want to get everything up to ship shape before I get any numbers or have any normal check-in.
Well, you can get the number now. We got lots of people in your condition with stuff broken or torn down or rebuilding or still starting from scratch. So don't hold off for that purpose. We got Rob online. He can give you a number right now, and we just record it. And if you can't remember it later, that's no problem. We can look you up. Over.
Okay. I got a pen and paper in hand here.
Okay, Rob, are you copying Pete there, W6NOX?
Yeah, W6NOX, KM6SR. Yeah, the next number we got here is 1180, 1180, over.
November 7, Whiskey Tango, 657.
I can't pull them out, over.
Rob, you don't have the amp on. It's 1180, 1180, and I hear you, Larry. We've got you 657. Stand by, Larry. We have local traffic. Stand by.
Okay, this should be better, Mike. Yeah, W6NOX, KM6SR, number 1180, over.
1180, I got it there, buddy. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I forgot to switch the 2-meter amp off, put the 6-meter on.
There you go. Well, good to hear you, Pete. What are you running right now for antennas and power, over?
Just a random wire strung across the back of my property. I got about 2 acres behind me. So it's just tuned to whatever this radio tunes to. It's a Kenwood 570 sugar.
Okay, very good. Well, it doesn't have 2 meters, as I recall. It just goes up to 6 and stops, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have a couple 2-meter rigs, but I don't do 2 meters too much anymore. Usually HF, I'm usually 75 meters or so.
I understand. Well, we've got 5 bands, and we get a lot of people checked in. Like you say, you're a Bozo number 1180. That's a legitimate number. So 1180 people, plus a few have been made members. So what we like to have membership, if nothing else, because it's something we can show the FCC that we are using the frequency, and there are people using the band. Even if you're not on here for a year or so, it's not going to be the end of the world. We at least have you as a counter. You're a body we can show up over.
Okay, QSL. Yeah, I'll try to check in from time to time. And nice talking to you. And I'm going to get out here on the side and let you get started. This is W6NOX in the group.
Okay, very good. And you were telling Ken, but I wasn't over here. And we have a station in Nevada waiting. But whereabouts are you? And let's see, there was another question. Oh, damn it. I forgot what the other question was. Whereabouts are you located again? Over.
Yeah, I'm in Madera County. I'm in the Bonadelli Ranchos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you're south of me here. I'm up above Millerton Lake. If you know where Hidden Lake Estates are, at the Millerton Lake, I'm in that road that leads to Hidden Lake Estates, but I'm not in the estates themselves. About a mile back from the lake or so, or a mile and a half to the north of the lake. So that's it. I'm about 1,200 feet. We've got 9 towers up here, and we're set up for all bands. We also do live streaming, so you could, if nothing else, you could watch it. Watch us and get interested. We also have a lot of technical skills on the frequency. If you have antenna questions or problems, I can help you, plus other people here. But if you have any questions about upcoming or your 2-meter antennas or anything else, and there's another piece of equipment that if you've been off for a while, you may not be aware of, but a lot of people have them. I have 2 of them. They're very nice. It's an ICOM 9700. ICOM 9700 has 3 bands, 2 meters, 432, and 1296. So it would get you on 3 of the 4 bands. And then what I do on this, on 222, is I run a transverter that goes into 146 megahertz as an IF. That way we've got all the bands here. So I call all the nets on all the frequencies. They all start at 7:30 in the evening on various nights, and Bozo Nets, BOZONETS is the .com is the website. You can get the frequencies and the times and all that of the start times, and you can also look up the roster, and you'll see your name there in a week or so when the records get caught up there. So nice to see you, Pete. Nice to meet you. Obviously, you know Ken, and he's been a fixture here for some time. Ken, let me get it over to you for a final, and then we'll look for, you can turn it up to Larry. And W6NOX 73, Happy New Year, Pete. WA6OIB to take it with N7 Whiskey Tango waiting, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, been a pleasure. W6NOX.
Yeah, well, we may be too late for Ken because Gwen's. Oh, yeah, I think we're a little bit late. Ken can't get on because he causes TVI to a program that Gwen always watches at this time. So nice to meet you. And I'm sure Ken passed his greetings on to you as well. Look for you soon again. Anytime you can get in here, all the better. And I'm usually here, but other people that can hear you, like Rob, and you got about 10 people right in the San Joaquin Valley that can hear you no matter what your wire is doing there. So there you go. I have some temporary antennas that are loaners, or you could even buy them, but they're next to nothing for cost. I've got a whole bunch of them in a pile here. Little starter antennas for the various bands. So if you get into that mode and you don't want to spend any money, you can come up and get one of these, get on the air. At least if you happen to get a 9700, we could fix you up with something for all those bands. W6NOX, K6MYC, 73 for now, Pete.
KMYC, 73s to you too. You guys have a good net. It's about time for bed for me. When you get old and all that, like I am, I hit the bed early and get up early. Over.
Yeah, we can't do that. I get up late and go to bed early. We go to bed about 10:30, 11. So we're not ready for bed yet. 7-3. And Larry, thanks for standing by up there. WN7 Whiskey Tango. You're all alone. Richard's got his astronomy meeting tonight, so he won't be on here. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, over.
WB6 JNP.
K6MYC, November 7 Whiskey Tango. I heard you on live stream on 220, but you were just scratching around on the radio, so I think I've lost the receiver on that thing, apparently. But anyway, I did call you, and I thought you acknowledged me on 220 there, and then everything disappeared. So there you have it. You're good 5.6 signal here when the band's up. And 7WT, over.
Okay, gotcha, Larry. And Ken had to check off. He has to go off at 8:30, so Gwen can watch some TV program that she likes. So he's not in here, but let's see if Rob is copying. Rob, you copying Larry?
I just got the antenna pointed that way, so I thought it might have hurt him, but that's okay. KM6SR.
Okay, very good. Rob says hi and Happy New Year too, Larry. He just got the antenna around in that direction, so he hasn't heard you yet. 73s. Richard's, like I say, had a meeting tonight for his astronomy. He's given a talk on how to track and stuff, or something special. So, big night for Richard there. Good evening to you, and thanks for checking in here on 222, Larry. Sorry you have no receive on that. Maybe, I don't know what your system is, but maybe we can talk about it on the HF on 2 meters and find out if there's some way to get you fixed up there. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, clear and standing by for WB6JNP.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Got your 982?
Everything's fine in course gold, WB6JNP 107.
Yeah, good evening, Dane. Good to hear you. And loud, but you probably weren't hearing Larry, and you might not have been able to hear Pete either.
Number? Dane.
Who is this?
Dane.
Dane is 107. Yeah.
I already had 107.
Yeah, I gave it to you when he first checked in. Okay, but good, and you got Daryl, 982 is in here also. Yeah, we got you, Daryl. Stand by a second. Haven't heard Dan for a couple of days. We did get a message yesterday back from Frank. He should have been here today. He said he would be down here today, but didn't show. His phone system is not working well. We don't know what the problem is with the phone, but he can't seem to make calls out. He can only get texts. And either that or it's just an excuse that he isn't answering us. I thought I'd see him today, but he didn't show up here today either. So I don't know whether he's a combination of either being sick or he's still working. He said he was going to be finished with the neighbor stuff day before yesterday. So he should have been finished up and should have been down here today, but maybe he decided they just wasn't up to it for some reason. Or maybe he wanted to get the phone thing sorted out, and sometimes he has to drive into Oakhurst or Coarsegold or someplace to get the phone looked at. I know he's got to get the phone working because he's out of communications with possible jobs and other things that affect him. And I didn't expect to hear him on 220 because he doesn't have 220 up there yet. But maybe I thought we might hear him on 6 meters here, but the system is broken at the moment. He's had feed line problems ever since the big rains and the stuff up there. So much for that. Over to you, Daryl. And good evening again to you, Dane. Thanks very much for being there. And KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, K6MYC in the Bozo Net.
AA6S.
Alpha 6 Sugar. Here you, Bill.
Okay, just wanted to check in here before I took off. Larry was 5 and 7 here. And we'll get out of here. Just wanted to see if this stuff still works. K6MYC. Back to you, Mikey. AA6S 800.
Yeah, Yeah, it doesn't sound normal. You sound really good, but you don't sound like yourself. I would have never recognized your voice. Did you change radios or mics or something?
Well, I'm using the Kenwood 890, and it is a different microphone. I hope it sounds halfway okay.
Oh, no, it sounds good. It just doesn't have well, your other radio is rougher. Doesn't have clean audio. It's okay, but it may be that just an adjustment of compression or something. But this one sounds really good. Over.
Yeah, Roger, you sound real good here too. Well, I got the smoke on. We're running 1500 like you do, so. And like I say, Larry had a very good signal here, and even Pete W6NOS I could copy here on his wire. Excuse me, that was amazing. And anyway, I'll get out of here. Thanks for letting me break in here. And we'll get out of here. K6MYC AA6S 800.
Okay, is 727 going to check in with us tonight?
I don't know. I haven't heard him. He didn't call me on the phone. I didn't call him. And I don't know what's happening now. Mikey, go ahead.
Okay, no worries. We'll keep an ear out for him. 727 WA6AAJ, are you around tonight, Mike? Nothing heard from Mike yet, but maybe he'll show up yet. How about KC5DTU? Are you here, Terry?
KC5DTU 712, waiting for a chance to break in there.
You don't want to wait too long. You got to just do it. I'm not pointed at you. I'm pointed away from you. 712, I think Judy got you there. Good to hear you. And by the way, on that one blog with the woman, was a different, who was it? Was it X22? Was interviewing Eric.
No, Merrick.
Merrick? I don't think so. Anyway, you know the woman that was
Doctor.
A doctor. That she's a little bit out. I don't know if I go along with a lot of her Republic stuff and all that stuff. You can fill me in on that. I was going to call you. I just haven't had a chance to give you a call. KC5DTU, and I'm going to move the antenna towards Sacramento, but I still should be able to hear you. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. I'll give you a landline, twisted pair there, and bring you up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, please do. That would be good, because we were quite confused by that. It came out of the blue, and I never heard of the whole operation there. Over. I understand sort of what she's doing, or what she thinks that she's doing, but it's totally new to us. What do you think about our friend up in Canada?
I knew he was going. It just took a little bit longer. But in order to link her in, it's Sandra Marecki, and in order to tie her into what's going on, you remember it's been a few months ago that you and I were together up at your place, and I was showing you the UN vehicles that were coming into New York.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll all tie in when I get you on the phone, and I'll tell you.
All righty. Very good. As Trudeau, isn't he tangled into the child pornography PDD thing?
I think he's more or less I think he likes little boys.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Child pornography and stuff. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, I think that's why he resigned. It's heating up in that department, and about 10 or 12 days from before the hammer starts to really come down on those guys. Over.
Roger, Roger. But did you see on Trump's plane, he was flying a flag with 55 stars?
55, huh? Two for Canada, and who are the other ones?
Oh boy, we got a lot to catch up on. We'll talk more on the landline. We don't want to get you from the net. And I forgot to get my heater on, so it's cold in here too.
Okay. Well, go back in where it's warm, and I'll be in probably by a little after 9 o'clock here. 7-3, Kerry. Good to hear from you, and I'll wait for your call. Okay, I'm KC5DTU, 712, K6MYC. Anybody else in the San Joaquin area, please, over?
Good evening, Kerry. I got you off the back there. KC5DTU, KM6SR.
Hello, Rob. Good to hear you. You sound good off the back. KC5 DTU.
Roger. Go ahead, Mike.
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Hello, Aaron. KC5 DTU.
Hi, Kerry. Good evening.
I don't know what happened to our fearless leader. He dropped out there.
Well, he's still on the air. We're still streaming out to the internet. So I know something's working.
Roger, roger. Good to hear you, KC5 DTU.
Okay, I'm back. I forgot that you had control of the rotator, and I was trying to make it go, and it kept going the wrong direction and doing all sorts of stuff here, so I was going nuts. I kept saying, what's the heading? And Julie said, 357. I said, well, I'm pushing toward 357. Anyway, I'm more toward Sacramento now, and good copy on everybody. Good evening for now, Kerry. We'll see you at about 9:15 or so, if you can stay up that late. Let's see. Okay, who else do we have in the San Joaquin? Now I'm pointed sort of, where am I pointed? Oh, I'm pointed toward Sacramento. Let's do that. K6MYC, Sacramento.
And you got me, Mike?
Yes.
USY.
Mike, you were real strong, and then you started to fade back out on me. KO6KD, number 776, over.
Yeah, I got you, 776. I don't know why I'm not heading in the right direction here. Let me see once here. This should be... Is that any better, Bill?
Well, I'll tell you what, that sounds about the same to me. It's kind of like, we were having some issues there on 220 where you would fade completely out on me, and then you slowly start to come back. So I don't know. It just must be conditions. And Darren was not there on 220 because his transverter is still down. But he was, I was talking to him just moments ago, and he had to leave. But he should be back here on 6 meters. If not, he was, but he had to step out and go inside the house to take care of something. So if he misses you, he was here, though, listening. Over.
Okay, well, we'll log 756 in, and if he gets back, great. If not, why, we've got him at least logged in since he was here. I keep forgetting about the damn transverter problem. I know he's got the problem, but it just doesn't register when I go to look for him. I'm so anxious to work as many people as we can on 220. I'm scratching for the bottom of the barrel, Bill, over.
Well, I understand that, Mike. I do indeed. I understand. And I heard on the streaming you were talking to somebody using the Ukrainian transverter and how it was drifting. I purposely was kind of a little more long-winded well, there he is. Now he's back over there now. I'll see if I can't get Darren to come over here on 6. But I was purposely long-winded on 220 to let you see if my transverter was drifting, and I didn't notice it drifting at all. Over.
No, yours doesn't drift. It's the one that Kim has, WA6OIB. Once he's on for about 1 minute, about 45 to 60 seconds, and it's solid as a rock, and then it starts to go off frequency very quickly after that, and he'll drift down a better part of a half a kilohertz eventually. Over.
Yes, I've noticed that. I've noticed that. That's a shame, too. Because other than that, it sounds just fine. Darren just came up on 2 meters, and I told him to come over here. So I'll step aside if you want to see if you can pick him up. And then I'll just say 7-3 for now, and hopefully we'll see you in the morning. K6MYC in the Bozo. Oh, and one other thing. Please check John in. He's over at Sutter Roseville Medical Center with his back. He's completely debilitated because of his back. It just totally went out on him. So he's in the ER. They've done an MRI and everything. I told you about that, but just to refresh your memory, if you could check him in, please.
We got him checked in. I checked him in on 220, but I got to cross him off at 220 and put him over here. Thank you, Bill. Got everything 100%. We'll see you in the morning. Thanks much. And you're solid here, just not real strong, but just solid copy, over.
Yeah, you're about an S5, and you should be stronger than that because you're running so much more power than me. But I don't know, it's just the way things are going tonight. But you're solid, nice signal, so Darren should definitely be able to hear you. All right, 7-3s everybody on the Bozo Net, KO6KD.
Yeah, well, you're not moving my meter, but I don't have the second preamp on here, so I get almost no movement on most of the signals that come up here. But no S meter movement at all. So S5 would be normal, I guess, for me under those conditions. Very good. 7-3. Bill, who else do we have in the Sacramento area, please? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie.
Rough copy, Mike. 756.
756. Got you all okay? Rich, Darren, I think we had you checked in anyway. 756 and 759, both in. Okay, good. Judy says she's got you now. Good to hear you. Are you feeling any better?
Yeah, real rough copy tonight. Carry on, 236 KFB.
Okay, Bill telling me solid copy here. Bill, are you copying me?
I'm hearing you.
I said, tell Darren he has solid copy here, so he has local noise.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Alrighty. Anybody else in the Sacramento area, K6MYC Bozo Net?
Okay, I just told Darren he'd take QSL 7-3.
7-3. Okay, I'm not hearing anybody. I'm going down to Oakley. N6RO. I'll be able to stumble it out here in a minute. N6 Radio Oscar, N6 Rodeo on Oakley, K6MYC. N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC, calling and listening.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. High temperature was 61, I believe. No, 56. And low temperature about 38. And dinner was Chilean sea bass and asparagus. And you can probably tell I'm still congested. Oh, I forgot to mention last night that Ron Van Geen, NH6V and WB6SHD, and I go way back. He was a teenager, one of several teenagers who operated with me when I had a station on a small city lot, 3 towers on a 75-foot lot in San Jose. That was mid-70s. So, he actually showed up here about 3 or 4 years ago. I hadn't seen him in 40 years. He banged on my window of the shack. I wasn't expecting him. And he came in and I showed him how to operate. I was doing a RIDI contest, and he had never done RIDI, and he came in and I showed him how to do RIDI, and we contested for most of the weekend. Then he flew his drone up to look at my antennas, and we work him in the contest all the time from Lloyd's place. Anyway, enough of that. N6RO.
Yeah, good. Well, you don't sound congested. You sound fine, Ken, but you probably don't feel as good as you sound. Fine on Rob Van Geen and all good. Yes, I know he's been around a long time. Very sharp cat, though. He picks stuff up real fast. And his dad was a real high-end scientist at astronomy and all that sort of stuff, as you well know. All right, good deal. Apparently he heard us, or he saw us on the chat room. He was talking to Vlad, WS6BVB, BWB. something like that. Vlad is a new Russian guy down in, he's in Delta Mike 13, I believe. But he's got a big station he put up on 2 meters, so we work him pretty regularly here on the check-ins. On 2 meters, he comes in. Of course, we got the other Vlad and their buddies, K6VVP up in the San Francisco area. You've heard the other Vlad. He was in here last night, as a matter of fact. Anyway, did you have a problem on 220? We did not hear you.
Yes, and I just checked the antenna. It's an open circuit, which tells me we got a problem at the antenna, probably at the driven.
Oh, I'll be darned. Maybe the coax is broken or something. Probably not the antenna. Well, that's a shame. That's why we didn't hear you. I thought maybe you were just sick. But I figured you'd be in here on one band or the other if you weren't sick. So here you are. Sorry about the 220 problem again. Boy, you just can't seem to get 220 sorted out, can you?
No. And I'm not sure of the settings in the K3, which are critical to making it talk. Actually, when I first keyed it at 7:30 tonight, it was normal for about a split second, and then suddenly the SWR shot up. So that indicates something went bingo out there. I'm not going out there tonight to lower the tower. Yeah, I'm feeling better today, but my sinuses are still making goop, which goes down my throat and causes a cough. And the worst part is the wheezing. I can't sleep with that damn wheeze going on. But I think the infection is over. It's just a matter of draining everything out. We'll find out. N6RO.
Yeah, I get the wheeze. Mine comes and goes. It lasts about 10 minutes. And usually occurs about 2 nights a week. Just about the time I go to bed, I start to cough. And then it gets worse and worse. And I lay down, and after I lay down for 15 minutes or so, it's completely cleared up and gone. But boy, it just, my upper bronchial fills up with phlegm. And it just, I cough it up, and it's clear, and then it comes right back, and I get another one, and another one, and another one. And I don't know what it is, but it's something that irritates my throat. My throat, I think it's just our age, you know. Every little thing irritates my throat. Milk is one thing that I've tracked for sure. What?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah, Judy said ice cream. We love ice cream. We can hold off on the milk, but we can't quit eating those Haagen-Dazs. Over.
Yeah, I don't do too much ice cream during the winter, but I do it a lot in the summer. Whenever I lay down horizontal, I have the wheezing problem. After I've been sitting up or standing up for quite a while, I can control it with a really deep cough and clear it out. But then it comes back about 10 minutes later. So first time that's been this way. So I think it's just related to the cold or the virus I had. Okay, onward and downward toward the Bay Area.
Okay, go ahead and trade the Bay Area. See you later. And sounds like you're on the mend, but keep warm and keep eating the chicken soup and stuff. Although you didn't have that tonight. We had wonderful burritos made by Matt. I couldn't even eat half of the stuff he put on my plate. It was so much. He had a burrito in there that would choke a horse. Anyway, it was good, but couldn't eat it. Couldn't eat very much of it. Anyway, good evening, Ken. Good to hear you. Other Ken was in here, and I told him you were a little under the weather, and that's why you didn't show up on 220, but he had to go. He has to quit on 6 meters here at 8:30 when his wife wants to watch a program, so that's why he isn't in here. But take his greetings and his Happy New Year to you, over.
Yeah, likewise. I'll pass it on tomorrow night. If is he on 1296?
Well, he is. He's capable, but there's something broken in the antenna, so they're not working right. He can't hear much on 1296, so he hasn't gotten on. One of these days, the tower will come down, probably when the weather starts getting good again. He's just been so busy. He takes on more than he can do. And he's such a good guy. He tries to work on everybody's equipment and keep everybody else running, and his own stuff suffers. But the 1296 is up but not functioning. Over.
Yeah, understand. Well, he won't hear me until I get my amplifier back, which is an unknown question. John hadn't even opened the box last I talked with him. He's claiming on vacation. But he said he'd get to it this week, and maybe we'll have it for the contest, maybe not. I got to go back and troubleshoot that 220 thing, put the analyzer on it, and just see what I can see from inside the shack. And on the burritos, our local Mexican restaurant makes great big, and they call it the big burrito, and it takes me 3 days to eat it. I haven't had one lately, but because my tenant cooks Mexican food for me. Anyway, I think I told you about the goat that they gave me last week, and it's 6RO.
Yeah, you did, and we had goat cheese a couple of days after that on the hot dogs. Judy looked through the refrigerator, and all she could find was goat cheese. She said, I hope it's okay. Goat and hot dogs, that was quite a combination, but it was good.
Hope so.
It was. All right, see you later, Ken, and catch you tomorrow, even for a short one on 1296 there. N6RO, K6MYC going to the Bay Area.
N6 BCC.
Oscar 6, Delta Golf Juliet, KO6 DGJ.
Okay, got two of you.
Bravo, Charlie, Charlie.
Yeah, we hear you, Merle, N6 BCC, 1134, I think, and we also hear John up there, KO6DGJ. You want to stand by, John? Let's get Merle taken care of first. And Merle, I've got about 4 or 5 days now into the Helio Pet on my ankle. It seems to be doing some good. It's changing things, I can tell you. I'm not pain-free, but the pain around in certain directions has moved, and I don't have pain where I had it before, and I have new little things. So there's something going on, and it's probably in the healing mode. Something's fixing something. But I'd say overall I'm noticing some changes, and hopefully it'll continue to get a little better each day. But Judy hasn't yet tried it on her hands, but I've been using it, and it seems to be quite effective. I'm putting 10 minutes at medium power on my ankle. Over.
Hey, Roger. Well, that's definitely good to hear. That's real good to hear that it's helping you there. Like I said, I can feel the difference, and my dog Bonnie, you'd never know she had that issue at all. It's hard to believe, because here we were going to put her to sleep here that one night, and they took and talked us into trying one more different way, and I'm so glad we did. I am so happy, because now I still got my wiener dog, and that's my wife's buddy. That's she loves that dog, and they love each other and stuff, and I'm just happy as can be, and I'm glad it's working for you. That thing is an amazing tool. It's amazing what they can do with the laser these days.
Yeah, I guess so. The right frequency seems to work. And mine is an awkward place, and I've been experimenting with just different times on different parts of my ankle. I got about 3 or 4 areas where I have pain, and I'm moving it around on the ankle, but today I spent more time with just right on the spot that's the most sensitive. I just left it there in one position for a couple of minutes at a time without moving it around. And it was the first thing I did. I put it on that bad toe of mine that was run over by a ski skag. I cut it real bad right across the top of the toe. I got my ski crossed up with my one foot when you're single skiing and just getting pulled out of the water. And I got warbling, got all tangled up, and the ski ripped across the other foot. Cut the top of my toe right across the inside joint. And boy, that's always been a lump there. I could see the tendon when I cut it. It didn't cut the tendon, but it cut deep. And it's been a lump ever since. And it was painful, but the pain in my toe has gone away. That went away in a couple of days with this thing. So it's working in some areas quite amazingly, and that may be more arthritis removal than anything else. The toe wasn't physically damaged, but it had arthritis in it, I'm sure. Enough of that. Good evening, Merle. Good to hear you. Nice big strong signal, and we got John waiting in the wings, and I haven't heard PDM N5PDM Brett for a couple of days, so he's probably he was on a trip somewhere, so maybe he'll be back in there this evening. N6 BCC Modesto K6MYC.
Hey, Roger there, Mike. Well, I'm glad I'm making a big trip. I'm on my 4-element tonight, and I did a little, playing around here and there, and it seems to be doing like it's supposed to, so that's all that matters to me. And just kind of doing a few different things. So, I think he went to bed early tonight and everything. He may be out there, I don't know, but I think he might have called it an early night. He's pretty wore out and everything. So, alrighty, well, I'll say good evening to you and Judy, and I'm glad to hear you guys are doing good, and I'm glad that's working for you. So we will catch you next time. So have a great one there, Mike. K6MYC, N6 BCC. I'll be QRT, and we'll catch you later.
Okay, very good, Merle. Thank you very much for checking in. Happy New Year again to you and the family. And I'm glad your little wiener dog is doing good for your wife and yourself there. Wonderful news. I mentioned it to Matt because he's got 2 dogs, and it may be that he can take it with him this weekend and take it down there and give his dog a little treatment. I think he's going down to see his dog, or she's coming up here. I'm not sure which. One way or the other, maybe we can get a couple of minutes on that forearm and see if we can get it to... she doesn't seem to have any pain. She's just numb. I think when they lost a lot of muscle tissue that rotted away because of the snake bite, they took all the nerves. So she's got function. The muscle came back, but I don't think she's got any feeling in the foot. So it depends on the surface she's running on, but if it's a rough surface, she just picks it up and never puts it down. So something going on there, but it's not pain. She doesn't seem to be in any pain. It just doesn't function right. It's a wonder she survived. We didn't find her for 4 hours after the bite. The arm was, the front leg was really in bad shape. Big swollen up thing. So we have them here. See ya. Up to you, John, and give us your Bozo number. I can't remember it. KO6DGJ K6MYC.
Hey, good evening. How's everything going? My Bozo number is 1145. How's your New Year going so far?
Well, the day went pretty well. It was not as warm as I'd like, but we did get outside for a little while. I tried to do some chainsawing, and my chainsaw gave up on me, but it's fixed now. I had my son finalize putting it back together for me, and he says it's okay now. So we got all that sorted out. Anyway, that was my day. It wasn't quite as effective as it should have been because I spent 2 hours trying to fix the chainsaw. Then I ran out of daylight. Anyway, good to hear you, John. Happy New Year to you, and thanks for checking in here on 6 meters. You're very consistent. That's good to hear. Is there anybody else that's copying John that wants to say hello? K6MYC.
Okay, 73's your way. Take it easy. K6MYC, KO6DGJ.
Okay, 73, John, 73. K6MYC, going to swing more into the Bay Area.
Bozo 884, WB60,
74 here.
Okay, I got 884. Good evening, Phil. Stand by a second. Who was the other one?
Touch base with
874.
Let you get back to calling there in the Bay Area. WB60GY.
Okay, fine, Phil. Thank you. Don't run away. But I wanted to catch the other station. Something. It was 894. Was that it?
Negative 874.
Oh, Vlad. Hi, Vlad. Okay. Sorry, I didn't pick up on your voice the first time. Good to hear you. And thanks for calling in here on 6 meters. K6VVP, VVD, VVP, yeah. K6MYC, and you're sounding good. Good evening. K6 Victor Victor Papa, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, it's K6VV something, right?
VV something, yeah. VVS? No, VVP.
Well, the easy one to remember is vodka, please.
Oh, vodka. vodka. Yeah, oh, okay, gotcha. And your buddy's call is BWB or BVB?
It's Whiskey 6 Bravo, Victor Bravo, BVB, I think.
Okay, better vodka, something or other, huh? Buy vodka quickly or something. What would the second be for? Let's see. What would that work?
Buy vodka or bourbon?
The other Vladi is dealing with some noise from the neighbor's solar system, so yeah, he's a bit frustrated with that.
Well, welcome to the club. That's why there's not too many big stations down in the Bay Area. I mean, in the Southern California area anymore. It's so noisy, the guys just can't hear down there anymore. But maybe he can cajole the neighbor and bend an elbow or something and see if he can get it sorted out. It's funny because I've got solar. I've got two major solar systems here. I'm off grid for the most part, and we've got solar systems. I got three big inverters, 18 kilowatt inverters, three of them, and they're all running all the time. Batteries, solar panels, all that stuff, and we don't have a whisper of noise. Over.
Yeah, well, if it's done well, you know, it should be okay. What are you using, EZ4 or what kind of inverters?
Yeah, EG4, that's what I'm using.
Yeah, 18K. Yeah, these are good ones. I've seen some reviews on those.
Yeah, I've got three of the 18Ks. I've got 50 volt, 100 amp batteries, and then we got one of the wall mounts that does about 4,800, and we're getting a second one. It should be in any day now.
How many batteries you have?
50 volt at 100.
Oh wow, that's a pretty good system.
Yeah, that's what runs the house here, and all my radios. All the radios are tied right in. All the amplifiers run on 50 volts because everything here is solid state. We run a big line right out of the back of the batteries and right up into the shack here. So I don't have any inverters or anything that come right off the batteries right to the amplifiers. Over.
Oh, so that's the battery that shows in the YouTube channel.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
Well, good to know. I didn't know you're running on the inverters and, on the solar system. That's pretty good. You have plenty of sun there.
Yeah, I've got more solar panels coming because we're panel limited right now. My old panels are not doing as good as they should. They were put in about 14 years ago, and they're down to 160 watts apiece. The new ones are a little over 400. Over.
Right, the new panels are 400 watts. When I was in Hawaii, my friend has four in his shed, and he's using an EcoFlow system on the bottom. It's powered. It's off the grid shed, outside his property, and it works really, really well there.
Yeah, you got good sun in Hawaii, even better than California, and better all year round because of the 19-degree north latitude. Over.
Right, and also in the winter the sun is pretty low, so it's kind of half the day. At midday, it's behind the palm.
Oh, he's behind the mountain, huh? Yeah. Well, I've got good sun all year round here, except it is low in the wintertime, but I don't have any blockage from hills. I got one hill due south of me, but it represents something a little bit less than 30 degrees, so it's I get no shadow from the hill. I do get trees. I have tree shadows when the sun is low. Like this time of year, I run out of sun more quickly than it's down as far as the solar panels are concerned an hour before we actually lose the sun to a sundown. Anyway, good to chat. Thanks for your knowledge of exchanging your knowledge of the EG4 stuff and all that. We like it. We had one inverter fail. Otherwise, we've had no problem with any of it, and they do give you good support, too, because we've got kind of a unique system here, obviously.
Did I double you with you again?
Might have been, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm good at doubling with you. I said my friend has a palm tree in the way at midday.
Oh, a palm tree in the way? Oh, that's tough to take.
All right, well, I'll let you work the rest of the area. Nice to hear you, and hello to Judy.
Yeah, Judy says hello and Happy New Year, Vlad. Thanks again for calling in. K6VBP, K6MYC, looking for Bay Area check-ins on 6 meters.
W6PQL.
W6 Papa Queen London. Give me a little more chatter, Jim. I'll see if I can get the antenna on you, and then I know where I am here.
Okay. Yeah, you can put number 52 in there. Steve was on 222. So we got him, and we'll look for him again tomorrow on 1296. K6MYC, W6PQL.
You got it. Got your 52 for 222. I'm just passing it on to Judy. 52 on 222. And we got quite a run this evening. We got close to 20, I think, on 222. So we're picking them back up again. They're coming out of the woodwork. Only missed a few tonight. Very good, Jim, and fine on your 6-meter signal. I peeked up on you a little bit. Probably about the best I can do tonight. But you're Q5 and plenty of signal and steady. I haven't heard KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie for a couple of days. Has he been checking in at all?
I didn't hear him on 222 tonight. Did you?
No, I didn't hear him anywhere.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe he's visiting his dad. His dad's up a little further north than he is. You know, he's, I think, Grass Valley. So when he disappears, that's usually where he is.
Oh, that's true. Maybe he is up with his parents there for the New Year's weekends and holidays. He'd probably getting back home pretty quick then. All right. Thank you, Jim, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 1296. W6PQL, K6MYC clear and looking for check-ins from the Bay Area.
We had 17 on 222, Mike.
What's that?
We had 17 check-ins on 222.
Yeah, 17 check-ins. Yeah, I knew it was close to 20. I didn't count, but looking at the numbers on the size of the list, it was pretty good. Not a bad night, actually. We'll take it. Well, it should be in the 20s, but when everybody gets back. What's that, Judy?
I have 18.
Judy's got 18.
Huh. I'll have to talk to you later and get what I'm missing.
Did you get 52 in there?
Roger.
Okay, 52 and then 47 me and 432 yourself and N6 K6 USY and his wife. Those two, and well, we can go over the list later.
Roger. Yep, I got them all that you gave me just now. We'll do it later. Over.
Alrighty. Bay Area, still looking for the Bay Area. WB6 JNN, KD6SOK, K6KLY, KT2G. Who else have we got in the Bay Area? There's got to be some more. N6 KB6BA, I think, has 6 meters. And I believe Carl has 6 meters. Not Carl, but Gary. WA6WNI. So who's going to hear me and come back? K6MYC, over. Nobody. Oh boy. Okay, Rob, what do we do with that? Well, I guess I can go to Santa Cruz and see if we can, before it's too late for, what time is it? Just 9 o'clock. We'll probably get, maybe we'll get Tom in here before he goes down.
That sounds good. Tell them that Course Gold had a weak showing and we slaughtered the Bay Area.
Okay, yeah, the Bay Area got slaughtered by Course Gold tonight. We had at least, we had 1, 2, 3, at least 3 check-ins. 107, 982. We didn't hear Dave tonight. K6VBG, although he is home from his anniversary weekend. He checked in last night, but I don't hear him tonight. So we got 3 out of the Bay Area. I mean, 3 out of the Course Gold area anyway. KW6S, KW6S Santa Cruz, K6MYC. We also can try Alpha Foxtrot 6 United AF6U. How about you, Lee?
KW6S, 610.
I'm here. Oh, got both of you. Okay. Well, then you go first, Tom, because I called you first. KW6S 610. Go ahead.
Yeah, not much else. Nothing's changed since an hour ago, so pretty much the same thing. Good evening to Rob. I did hear you tonight on 6 here, so that was good to hear you. And otherwise, just enjoying and getting ready to shut things down here for the evening. K6NYC, KW6S.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we got in under your wire there, under your shutdown wire. Okay, 7-3, Tom, good to hear you. We'll look for you tomorrow night on 1296, and I'll shoot it right over to you, Lee. And Lee, you can shoot it back to Rob if you want. KM6 Sugar Radio. I'm sure you'll hear Rob. AF6 United. Countdown Bozo 1098, K6MYC.
Yes, sir. K6MYC from AF6 United. Nothing much new here. There's really not been too much progress. I'm waiting for some tools and some parts and things like that. So, yeah, I don't have too much to report. But, Rob, KM6SRR, is it SRR? Yeah, I think it is. AF6 United, you out there?
You betcha, Lee. Hearing you good there. AF6U, KM6SRR, as in the Halloween guy, SRR. Anyway, good to hear you there, Lee. Over.
Oh, I'll bet that's a fun call sign on Talk Like a Pirate Day, September, what is it, 21st or something like that? Yes, indeed. So, all right, yeah, I'm hearing you pretty well, Rob, tonight, and 7-3, and Happy New Year to everybody, and I'll just turn it back to net. AF6 United, back to net.
Okay. My phone's going to ring here. Rob, you want to see if anybody else in the Bay Area, and then you might want to go down and look for Rick.
Yeah, Rick's got a broken 6-meter antenna, remember? Anybody else in the Bay Area there? KM6SRR, K6MYC's on the phone call right now. Come with your call sign, over.
All right, Rob, I got Gary on the phone here, so we'll close the net. If you want, you can wrap it. And I don't know if you got a total, or Judy, do you have a total for 6?
5 KB6 WSD.
Oh, okay. We got 19 here, but we just got another one. I hear you. 775, Mike, got in under the wire there. Just got you there. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775. Good evening. Happy New Year, Mike.
Roger. Thank you very much. Good evening. 73 KB6 WSD.
Roger, 73. We're going to close the net. I've got a phone call waiting for me here. So 73s, and Rob, you pick it up and finish her up here. KM6SRR, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, I've got 22 for the 6-meter check-ins. And Judy, if you're still listening there, you might have 637 Paul, K6WIS, twice on the 222 net roster. Over.
She's okay on that. She's only got him once. She's got 17, I think. 18, 17. 18 with 52, number 52.
Yeah, I've only got 17 with number 52, so I was trying to figure out why you had one more.
Oh, she's got 19. Let me give the mic to Judy and let her go back and forth with you here. Let me take the phone and go in the other room. She'll finish it up from here.
Roger, sounds good.
Hey, Rob. I almost put the phone to my ear.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you want to read me some numbers?
Okay, on 6 meters, right?
No, 222.
222, I have 610, 507, 637, 160, 336, check.
Roger, go ahead.
1296, 432, 226, 3, 285, check.
Roger, go ahead.
776, 759, 657, 1079, 1100, check.
Okay, go ahead.
800, 712, 47, and 52. Over.
Okay. I didn't get Kerry down there on the 222. 712. You got him there, huh?
Yes, he is number 17.
Huh, okay. I'll have to ask Mike if he remembers, because I didn't hear Kerry on there at all on the 22 band. He was on the 6-meter band, over.
Maybe I got him twice. Hold on, let me look in here. I don't see anybody twice yet, and I've got 20 on 6 meters. Over.
Okay, I've got 22 on 6 meters.
I guess you better read me some numbers. Over.
Okay, sounds good there. Let's see, first one, I always have Mike down, net control, 47, 226, 1180, which is a new guy.
226, I'm missing, I'm adding it. And who was the first one, 657?
I think I might have doubled with you. Let me start over again. The very first one I have is 47, then 226, 1180, and 657. Over.
Okay, I do have 1180. Okay, I've got them in a different order than you, so I'm scanning very quickly. Over, go ahead.
Okay. The next one after 657, which was Larry, we have 982, 107, 800. Over.
800 I'm missing, so I think that's where I am missing 800. I got him down. And I'm good at 22. Over.
Okay, well then that's what I've got, 22. So we found him. Great.
Okay, we're good. I'm printing off all your logs here, and it's really helpful. And get all this caught up and looking good for the new year, mister. And you take care, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, Judy and Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR, we'll say 73s.
73. Good night.
Mr. Aaron, K6USY, you still on?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. I'll wait until you're on there. How about that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm here, but I do need to go exercise here in a couple minutes. I was in the car, 4 hours today because I had to go down to Bakersfield.
Yep. You mentioned that last night, and our sympathies were with you today. So I think Mike is done with the net there, so he can probably close up the stream there. KM6SR.
Okay, that works. Was he going over to talk to Kerry on the phone?
Yeah, Kerry called him, and he had to take that before he actually finished up. So Judy and I reconciled all our numbers. Over.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So, yeah, interesting. I didn't think Kerry had 220, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I didn't have him down on 222, so it may have just been, the 6-meter one he was on there that could have got put over where the 222 was. Over.
Yeah, I would maybe go back and check the old ones. I don't think he's ever checked in on 220, but what do I know? Anyways, well, hey, at least next week I should be able to I should be able to check in on sideband. What do you got going tomorrow? Because at some point, I will need someone to help me test to make sure that my transverter is working.
Tomorrow I'll just be working on my driveway. I did part of it today, and I hope to finish it up tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll probably be on the tractor. Well, I'm going to have the noisy blower on too. So you might give me a page or a call, and if I don't answer, wait a few minutes and give it to me again there, because I could miss it with all the noise going on. Over.
Yeah, that's fine. And we could always, do it later, towards the net time or after. The 1296 net's not very long, so. But, at some point I will just want to confirm that everything's functioning.
Roger on that. And I think the wife wants to go out for her anniversary tomorrow, so I'll probably have to do it during the day or after the net.
Okay, well, I'll give you a text. It's coming via the post office, so I should hopefully have it around noon, because that's usually when we get our mail. And then I'll get it all hooked up and tuned up and everything, and then hopefully should be ready to go. But we'll give it a try at some point.
Okay, sounds good. K6USY, KM6SRR 73.
Do you need me to keep the list for tomorrow night?
You can. It's a short one, so I could even get it off the stream too. But whatever you want to do, no big deal.
Okay. Well, if I remember, I'll try and at least write the numbers down for you. But all right, we'll get you later. KM6SRR, K6USY, Delta Mike 06, and good night to all the lovely people on YouTube.
Good night, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR 73.
All righty, saying good night to the internet. Goodbye, everybody.